If you're buying a new home, you might be wondering, what is title and what is a title search? I hear it all the time. Well, that's a really great question. And that's what I'm going to break down today for you. We're going to start with what is title, then we'll move on to what is a title search, and then we'll actually end it with another question, which is why do you even care? So, what is title? Well, let's look at this in another way. Most people have bought a car at some point in their life. When you buy a car, the car dealership gives you a symbolic gesture that you own the car. Whether it's the car keys, realistically, it's the title to the car, right? This is a piece of paper that says you own the car, outlines some of the details. Same exact concept with a house. We physically can't give you the house. So how do you prove that you own it? You're going to prove you own it by getting a piece of paper. And this piece of paper is called a deed. It's also referred to as title. Now, the deed gets recorded and kept at town hall in Connecticut. Other states is the county clerk. Just like a car, the title shows you own the house or the car. When we're dealing with transferring title in a car situation, you need that piece of paper, right? So we always get clients asking for the original deed. Unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, in real estate, there is not a need to keep that original document. And that's because what happens is after you close, we take that deed or title, I'm going to use them interchangeable, and we take it to town hall. And we give it to the town clerk, who is the manager or keeper of the records when it comes to real estate. And they put it into a book, and it becomes part of the public record, and it stays there pretty much forever. So when you go to sell your house, you don't need to have that original title. Most people don't even honestly know where it is. Your attorney will redraft a deed, creating a new document, and that process starts again. Now we take that new document, give it to the buyer, and they go and record it. So what is a title search? Well, it's a fancy way of saying we're going to go to town hall and look at the land records. We want to make sure that every owner transfers their interest to the new buyer. That seems pretty straightforward. We're also looking to make sure that there are no debts, any liens, or anything preventing you from selling that house in the future. Certain things like if this parties are going through a divorce, there might be a lawsuit. Well, a lawsuit that involves real estate puts a lien on a piece of real estate. You want that cleared up. The most obvious one is mortgages. You want to make sure the seller's mortgage is paid off. You don't want to make sure that the seller has not paid their water bills or credit card bills and that the house has become collateral for that loan. What is a title search not going to tell us? It's not a survey. So I can't take the deed and go walk to your front door and say, okay, this is your boundary line to the left. This is the boundary line to the right. That's the back boundary line and that's the front boundary line. Doesn't happen. You need another service for that. It's not going to tell you the condition of the property, right? Not going to tell you anything about the physical building of the property. It will tell you, though, if there's certain parts of your property that somebody else has the right to use, right? So I live in a town where I'm on a reservoir and my property has an easement on it. And an easement is giving somebody else the right to use it. So my property used to be part of a farm. When they sold my property, the farmer that owned the land kept an interest in my property so that he could go and get water from the reservoir. So I have to have a certain amount of land that's allowing for that to happen. The reality is that was from early 1900s. I highly doubt my farmer buddy, neighbor, is ever going to come and ask me for water. The problem is, though, if they ever do and I don't allow them access, I have a problem. Which I'm kind of answering why it matters, right? It affects your interest in the property once you buy it. What that means is that somebody can come in and prevent you from doing something on your own land, right? If you have an easement. A great example of easements is the telephone wires. Properties have a telephone pole in their front yard or a utility pole in their front yard where there's electrical wires, cable wires, internet wires, all kinds of wires on it. You can't prevent the utility company from coming on your property to maintain those wires. You also can't take a chainsaw and cut down the telephone pole, right? It's a restriction that prevents you from fully using your property. And unfortunately, there's not much you can do it except for not buy that house. So we've explained the benefits and what a title search doesn't do. You've got an understanding of what title is. So now go out, find your next house, and be sure to give us a call so that we can represent you when you're purchasing your next home.